Those of Investor Schooling or their guests and do not reflect the opinions of WPHT or Odyssey.
WPHT, WPHT-HD, WOGL HD3 Philadelphia. From the Piazza.
You're alive.
Experience the power of one with 8 brands and 25 locations. Always live on the free Odyssey app. The Larry Steinhouse Show.
All right, everybody. Good afternoon, and welcome to another exciting edition of the Larry Steinhouse Show. I am your host, Larry Steinhouse, and joining me today are the amazing co-hosts. Of course, Dr. Deb has to be first.
Yeah.
So Dr. Deb Anderson,
it's done right,
with her insight and expertise, and Omri Morad, who always keeps the conversation lively and entertaining. So ChatGPT likes you today. And we have a very special guest on today's show, Brian Larman. He is a student liaison. He works here. He is also a new fund manager in the Sultan Income Fund. And Brian's going to be sharing his perspective on investing, wealth creation, and the strategies that make the Sultan Income Fund work for investors like you. Of course, we'll also dive into stock options, real estate, and financial strategies, including some of my personal wins in the market, and cover the latest in politics, the economy, current events. We're going to be giving you the information you need to grow your wealth and make smart moves, all delivered with a mix of humor, insight, and our signature brash style. Ooh, it's using words like brash style. I like it. And as always, we're
Susan
broadcasting.
did a good job this time around.
What?
Susan did a good job this time around.
I think Susan did a really good job this time.
I'm just making sure.
So you want to be first, and you also want to interrupt during the intro?
Oh, well, I'm so used to everybody else interrupting me, so I figured it
what's going on?
Hello, everybody who listens to the show that's used to me never being able to get through the intro. Can I go on now, Deb?
You can, absolutely.
I just want to make sure that you knew that you interrupted this time.
No, I did that on purpose, but it's
Right,
okay. But go ahead.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
As always, we're broadcasting live from Investor Schooling headquarters, your go-to place for learning how to invest in real estate, stocks, and take control of your financial future. Don't forget to RSVP for our free Thursday night class at
investorschooling.com.
Your opportunity to learn firsthand how to build wealth the right way. Hey, we want to hear from you. We want to hear from you right now, actually. Don't we, Omri?
Yes, please call at 855-939-1137. That's 855-939-1137. Stop staring at me. 855-939-1137.
What is going on over there?
I'm just saying a number. I don't know what you want.
Are you getting the fizz while he reads that number?
Yeah, I'm getting the fizz while he's reading the number.
I can't believe I have the opportunity to sit here and watch you do that. Omri.
That's right. You've never done this, so you don't even know.
That's a privilege you won't believe. That's
Really, it is a privilege.
855.
All right, so grab your seat, get ready to laugh, learn.
Grab your what?
Your seat.
Your seat. Okay.
What did you think I said?
I can't. Go.
First 2 letters of the word that you thought I said.
Think about it, Larry.
Exactly.
Yeah, think about it. All right, move on to your intro. Move on.
Yeah.
I'm just dying to know what the word was. All right.
Seriously, he doesn't know?
No, I really don't. Do you know what it is?
I don't know either. What word?
We are 5 minutes after the show started and we still haven't finished the intro.
Whatever. We always do that. So grab your seat, get ready to laugh, learn, and take notes because this episode of the Larry Steinhouse Show with Brian Larman is going to be packed with insight, strategy, and fun. Let's get started now.
Okay.
Oh, everybody went quiet.
Yeah.
I thought you were supposed to be the main guy of the show.
I am, but I just thought it was very funny to say let's get started now and go to quiet. That's
So you want us to interrupt you?
No, not anymore.
Okay. We can.
You want to say hello to a couple people online?
Yes, please. Hey, Kimmy, and hey, Joe Keller.
And Patty.
And
Say hello to
Patty.
Patty. You miss Patty.
I didn't miss. I was going on. I was excited about Joe Keller. I didn't finish.
All right, finish. You finish?
You need to let people finish before you...
Yeah.
All right, so real quick, I want to just let everybody know that we're here with Brian. So Brian actually works with the school with us, and a lot of times when people call and they set up a time to come, Brian's the person who speaks to them. So Brian calls them up and says, "Hey, we want to make sure you're coming. We want to make sure that you show up early, and all the things you do, right?"
That's right.
So Brian's the guy. So when you call, or when you sign up for Investor Schooling, Brian will call you and remind you to come. Now, Brian is also awesome. Brian started as a student. Everybody started as a student. Everybody but Omri. Omri sort of started as a student. Omri started as a friend. Well, we know that story.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get a chance to tell that story again about how
you love telling this story. Come on, do it.
I'm going to tell the story.
Okay. Yeah, enjoy.
I'll get to Brian in a minute. But Brian, in case you didn't know the story of Omri, Did I ever tell you the story of how Omri became my friend?
Nope.
Oh, this is a great story. Glenn, I know you've heard it before, and I know Deb's heard it before, but the audience has not heard it before. So this is how it happened. So Omri, as you guys know, is from Israel, and I am friends with his aunt, or actually his wife's aunt, and his wife's aunt was a client of mine, and she was buying investment properties. And one day she said to me, my nephew, or my niece and her husband are coming in to town, and he wants to buy some investment properties in Easton, Pennsylvania, or he wants to buy some investment properties. What do you suggest? I suggest in Easton, Pennsylvania. And he comes in, and this is like, I don't know, was it like 7-8 years ago already? Yeah, maybe, right? And he comes in, and Omri was the most rude, obnoxious, annoying know-it-all I've ever met.
Just like you. Perfect match.
Exactly. Maybe that's why I didn't like him so much.
I appreciate you.
I don't believe that.
But the problem was he didn't know it all, and he just wanted to flex, you know. He wanted to show how smart he was.
I call that peacocking.
Yeah. Okay. Well, wait.
You see Omri's look?
Omri is now wondering what he's going to do with that word peacocking. Go ahead. What are you going to do with it?
No, I'm just... Okay. Can we move on? How do you pee other way? I mean, if you're a buck...
I was referring to the animal in the zoo.
Maybe...
Not the animal in the bathroom.
Okay.
Have you been to the bathroom with him? You think he's an animal? So anyway...
If you're confused about what this channel is, this is the Larry Steinhouse show. Nothing is weird here. This happens like that
every week. What are you talking about?
Every week. This is normal to us.
So getting back to the story. So at one point, like, I'm like, oh, this is so annoying. Why is he here? But whatever. I'll help Kathy out. Kathy's just, his aunt, and I'm like, oh, I'll help Kathy out. I like Kathy. She's really nice. She's actually the only liberal I like, but that's a whole other story. So at one point, he gets up and goes to the bathroom, and his wife's there, and his wife literally says to me, she goes, will you be Omri's friend? He needs friends. Will you be his friend? He's a really nice guy. He's not always like this. And I'm like, okay. I mean, what am I going to say? No. I mean, I'm like, okay, fine. So then as time went by, we actually became really good friends, and it's just a funny story that his wife wanted me to be his friend, and she manifested it, right? All right.
If you found my pride, you can call 855-939-1137. That's 855-939-1137.
Wait. You're going to love this. Blake. So Blake's our plumber, and this is what he wrote. He wrote, hi, Omri. Hi, Larry. Hi, Deb. Hi, Kimmy. I'm listening, but I'm also dealing with a 4-inch cast iron.
Mm-hmm. I'm not going there.
Well, I figured.
Okay.
As soon as I saw that, I figured you were going to go there.
No, I'm just saying it's hard. You should change to PVC.
Okay.
There was so much there too.
But I'm okay. Moving on.
All right.
Moving on.
We're like all over the place here now. So then Brian started working with us. He started as a student, and we always tell students, listen, if you want to hang out, you want to help us out a little bit, you want to
good things will happen to you.
You're always welcome, and things happen, right? Things happen. That's why Dr. Deb became part of the school. Dr. Deb gets a lot of help from the students in the school, a lot of help from me, a lot of help from everybody, even Omri. And then Brian said, hey, you know what? This looks like a cool place to hang out. And he had some time, and he decided to hang out. And the next thing you know, we have a contest. So we have the contest for the Covered Call Challenge. So the Cover Call Challenge, if you guys didn't know, we had a contest of 11 students, including myself, so I was one of the 11. We all had a contest to see who could make the most money in 8 weeks. Now, what we did was we put $10,000 into an account separately, so we each had $10,000. We all started with $10,000, and I expected that in 8 weeks, the average person would have between $12,000 and $13,000, and most did. We had one failure who tried to game the system by buying the stocks that we highly recommended you don't buy, and then it didn't work out for him. But Brian took it to another level. Brian wanted to be a winner, like really, really badly he wanted to be a winner, and took it to a complete other level, and you ended up with how much?
I made $5,018.
So you ended up with $15,018 from $10,000 in 8 weeks. then we started talking. I was like, Brian, okay, so how'd you do it? And he started telling me the things he was doing and how he was analyzing the stocks. And then I'll tell you what happened. So we have the fund. We have the Sultan Income Fund, by the way. If anybody wants to find out more about the Sultan Income Fund, it's a fund that pays between 3 and 4% a month on your money. It's for accredited investors only. You need a PPM, blah blah blah, whatever my lawyer says I'm supposed to say. But if you want to find out more about it, you could actually send a text message to 26786, 26786. Send the word Sultan, and you can get more information if you want to. But one of the people who was signing up for the fund actually asked me a question, and I also had already thought about this question too. And they're like, Larry, you're the guy who runs this fund, and you're crushing it, and you're making us all kinds of money. But what happens if something happens to you? And I'm thinking, during this time, I'm like, you know what? I got a guy sitting next to me in this office who's probably smarter than I am. He's shaking his head no, but he's probably smarter than I am. And I'm thinking, you know what? I need an assistant fund manager for two reasons. One, just to every once in a while run an idea by, somebody to bounce things off, right? And also for the times if something happens to me, I can't trade, he'll trade for me. And also because in the future we expect to have other funds as well. So Brian was graduated into assistant fund manager, right? And that's kind of exciting. So if you actually go on the website, if you actually go to sultanif.com, you'll see Brian. Brian's picture's not up there yet.
It'll be up there shortly, yeah.
Right, yeah, because we actually have Maurice Maurice is actually in the studio right now, and he's like breaking my computer and breaking everything here because he wants to film us, right? Here, if you want to talk here's a microphone for you. Hold on, I gotta turn your microphone on. I don't even know what your level is, but go ahead.
Hi, everyone.
So Maurice is in here. Maurice is our cameraman and video guy, so he makes all the commercials, he does everything. So he's actually sitting here too. If you wanted to hear what's going on, you put the headphones on.
We haven't had a full studio for a very long time.
I don't think we've ever had a full studio.
Yeah,
we have. Yeah, we have. Yeah. So like the studio is full now. But anyway, so we got Brian here, who's assistant fund manager. So if you guys want to call in and ask Brian and I questions about stocks, now is the time. You got two brilliant stock minds right here that could help you out. So what's the phone number, Omri?
855-939-1137. That's 855-939-1137. 855-939-1137.
Very cool. All right. Now, let's talk about what happened this week.
What happened this week?
You and I went to Ruskin.
Yeah.
And we had a good time.
We had to flew an electrician.
Wait. You can. I have a follow-up to that. Did you get a text message from Johnny today?
Yeah.
Did you see my response?
So no, I didn't get.
Okay.
Because I got the different one.
Let's talk about the. I just want to. We're gonna get.
What's the message you got? I'm
about
curious.
how much his electrician wants to wire up 2 of the trailers.
Oh my God.
Wait. But I'm gonna get there in a minute. So we actually had to fly our electrician from here. We had to fly him there because we couldn't find a good electrician, and one who's dependable, one who's good. One who gets up at 7 o'clock. He was getting up at 7 o'clock in the morning. He was getting up earlier than we were. He was mad at us because we didn't get up to get coffee for him.
Oh, really?
No, he was nice about it, but we knew he was mad, right? So he didn't get his coffee. And then one day we're like, hey, come on, let's go out for breakfast. He's like, no, I don't have time for that. I got to work. And we took him out for breakfast. He was mad because he lost 2 hours of his day doing work, which I thought was really cool. So that's the kind of work ethic that somebody should have, and nobody in Florida has that work ethic.
Agree.
They show up at 10 o'clock, and at 11 o'clock, they're like, well, maybe I'll start work now.
It's also when you're doing something like the main electric feed that go into a unit, you want to work with someone you trust, you worked before, and sometimes you can't trust new people.
Right.
It's hard.
So we took him there, and we stayed on the property for 3 days. And he did all the work we needed. We helped him a little bit.
He did more than what we didn't finish. Few things that we wanted to, but we did more than what we expected. We replaced panels also in 2 of the units. We did a lot actually. I was surprised.
And we had a great night. We actually went over to Hard Rock Casino. We went over there and we had a good time. And Omri got his massage.
Yes.
His favorite massage therapist was there, if you want to call her that.
I don't even know if that means lap dance in code or if
No,
that
it
just means...
was a massage.
What? Okay.
It was just a massage. So the girls come around and they was they go, hey, you want a massage? So whenever we're there, and whenever I'm there with Omri, there's the same girl who's there, and I have her massage him. Now,
he make it
unfortunately, you can't take pictures in the casino.
I make him massage.
If you could take pictures in the casino and you see Omri while he's getting this massage, I mean, it's like he is completely. He's like a noodle, and he's so.
You sure it wasn't a lap dance?
No,
sure.
You need to understand that.
I'll tell you what. This is better than a lap dance. You need to see his expression when he gets.
You need to understand when you hang out with Larry, a lot of stress build on you.
Yes, I am aware of that word.
A lot of stress.
Yes, I'm aware of that word.
We share the same experience.
Yeah, we do share the same experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's part of that.
So, but I guess when I was in the casino, nobody came over to rub my back, so I'm not sure what happened.
Where were you in the casino?
Well, in Vegas, we were in the casino.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, next time I'm in the casino, I'll rib your shoulders. All right, just let me know. I mean,
just don't think it has the same effect,
seriously.
though. You know, I don't know.
All right, so we did that, and we hung out with this guy, and we hung out with Jay, and Jay took care of us.
And we did a lot of things.
I know, a lot of things done. It was great, actually. It was great.
We like to help each other in the school, and people don't get it. The school it become very fast like a family.
Right.
So Jay was renovating right now a unit in Westchester, and he used my guy and my supplier, and I helped him as much as I could.
Right.
And we needed an electrician, so he flew with us to Florida, and he helped us. And we hear about those stories in the school all the time. So regardless if you are in real estate, regardless if you are in stocks, whatever, and you don't want to feel alone, you want to know that somebody can take care of you, and you can go for an advice for anything, you're welcome to join us. InvestorSchooling.com. That's InvestorSchooling.com.
All right, so it looks like we got Bree in Westchester. It's a really cool question.
We talked
before. What's up, Bree?
What?
Oh, wow. Hi, Larry. It's so nice to speak to you.
What's going on?
I just had a question for my younger self and now my college-age daughters. What would you tell somebody coming out of college in terms of investing that I could have done differently as a kid that would have set me up better in my now life?
So here's a funny thing. So never worry about what you did in the past. Just forget it. It doesn't matter. But if you want your children, what they should do, they should learn how to put money away. So the first thing they should do, anybody who makes any money, and you don't have a big savings account, you don't have anything set up yet, the first thing you should do is put 10% of your money away. Every paycheck you get, 10% of it should go into a special saving account. When I say special, I don't mean any kind of special account. I mean an account that you've designated for this. So what I did early, even like right after my bankruptcy, when I had lost everything, I immediately started doing this. I had a checking account, I had a savings account, and every time I deposited $100 in my checking account, I took $10 from that and moved it into my savings account. And then slowly it builds up. That habit, just the habit of that, is powerful. People think, hey, it's only a little bit of money, but the habit of that is what becomes powerful. And you have to do it. You have to get into the habit of saving. And then you don't listen to your broke friends is another one, right? So when your girls tell them not to listen to their broke friends, and because those are the people advising them right now. Hey, I heard this. I heard if you invest in Bitcoin, you'll be a millionaire. Now, whether you like Bitcoin or don't like Bitcoin, that's not the point. The point is, if you don't know anything about Bitcoin and you don't know how to invest in it, don't invest in it. Just learn how to invest from people who know how to invest, right? We have a saying in Investor School. It's great. when somebody gives you financial advice, you ask them this question: are you a millionaire? And if they say no, then you answer and say, thank you for telling me exactly what not to do, right? Because if they're a millionaire and they're giving you advice, then listen. If they're a multimillionaire, give them advice, listen. If they're me, listen, right? But at the same time, if there's somebody giving you advice that's not a multimillionaire, not a millionaire, don't listen to their advice. And if you want to be rude like me, I say, thank you for telling me exactly what not to do, because I like to piss them off. But that's it. Now, do we know, is this the Brie I think it is?
Maybe. I was just very excited that he was on your show, and I legitimately wanted to ask that question, though.
So, it's funny,
It's a legitimate question.
It took me a little while, but no, it's a great question. Do you want me to expose who you are, or you want me to leave it alone?
That's fine. It's up to Brian.
All right.
Hello, dear.
We love it. That's great. You know what? Is your husband calling in?
No, he's down the shore on a run.
Is your wife calling in?
She can.
Is she? No.
No.
Is my wife calling in? No. So Bree, you win the Spouse of the House award.
Ooh, there's a
Because
trophy.
you actually called in to support your husband.
There's a trophy for that too.
It depends.
We should.
But it depends on.
Well, I've listened to you for a long time, even before Brian did. That's the honest to God truth.
I appreciate that. That's awesome.
I was very proud of him for being on your show today, and I legitimately wanted to know that question because you said don't worry about the past, but I'd like my kids to do better than I did. That's all. So thank you so much to all of you.
You're welcome. So everybody wants their kids to do better than they do, right? And here's the thing: don't worry about whether your kids do better than you do. Just worry about if they do, to a point where they're happy. Because it doesn't matter how much your kids make. It doesn't matter what your kids do. It doesn't matter if your kids are making more money than you or less money than you. What matters is if your kids are happy. And that's one of the things that's like, I'm going to tell you that's wisdom. Because I remember thinking the same thing. Like, I want to do better. I want my kids to do better than me. You know what? I don't care if my kids do better than me. I also you guys have heard me too before. I don't even care about leaving my kids any money. Like, I don't care. If it just so happens that I know that when I die, there's going to be a whole bunch of money left over, and they're going to have it. I don't care how much it is. I don't care if it's $1. I don't care if it's $10 million. It doesn't matter to me. I hope that they're responsible enough to handle it. I'm not going to control it from the grave, but I told them that they should pay the mortgages on the houses, because if not, they'll all be taken away. But that's probably the only thing that I worry about my kids is making sure that they do pay the mortgages, so that somebody else doesn't get the property, because that would just be wrong. But at the same time, I don't care because I'm dead. Right? So most of the kids will do better than us, and some of them won't. It doesn't really matter.
We need to learn from
Let them
mistakes.
be happy. What?
In my perspective, and I'm saying that a lot to myself, we need to be somewhere in the middle to balance between not eating ourselves alive for mistakes we did, to learn from those mistakes to basically be better. Because if you ignore the mistake and you say, I don't care about the past, what happened in the past, sometimes we just go back and we go and we do exactly the same mistake over and over and over again.
So don't live in the past, but learn from the past.
Learn from the past.
Right.
Maybe
that's,
if
you what was the stock? It was JNUG. Remember JNUG? So there was a stock JNUG that I should have never invested in. This was years ago. This was a year that I did really bad in the stock market. JNUG, JNUG, right? Which was a gold stock.
Okay.
And it was a terrible stock, and the fundamentals were terrible. Everything about it was terrible, but it moved so much that it was a lot of fun. Right? So I made the mistake of investing in it, and I will never invest in that stock again. Every once in a while I look at it just for fun, but I would never touch it again. And I made other mistakes as well. I mean, look, I'm 61 years old. I've owned several businesses in my life. I own several businesses now. Finally, I have businesses that are successful. It took a while. I mean, it's amazing how many businesses I've had that failed, including an ice cream store last year, right? That I had to get rid of because it was just draining me. I mean, I was losing $3,000 a month when it was open and $1,500 a month when it was closed.
Who was it? I think it was Thomas Edison when they asked him about how he kept trying to invent the bulb. He said, I didn't fail 999 times. I find 990 ways
that
didn't
work. Exactly
not to do a bulb.
And that's when you have changed how you do things. All right, we got Mark, who's a steward. What's going on, man?
Thank you, Bree.
Hey, Larry. How you doing?
Thanks. Bye.
Wait, we got.
Larry, can you hear me?
Yeah, I think we got both people online. What's up, Mark?
Hey, Larry, I had a quick question. First of all, you've been phenomenal teaching me covered calls and stock options. And I mean that. I mean,
it takes me a minute to realize who these people are, but I get it. Now I know it is. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Mark.
Yeah. No, but this is an entire shout out to your entire team. I will tell your entire listening audience, I'm thank God I'm a pretty successful business owner. And I was dealing with stocks, just the normal way until I met Larry. And he literally changed my entire life on the amount of money I can make, the strategy, and his approach is completely different than everyone else's. So I strongly encourage everyone to sign up for investor schooling. I mean, it'll change your life. Just the way he understands money, it'll teach you an entirely different way. But Larry, I wanted to ask you a specific question. Like you were brilliant the way you came up with your program with covered calls on how it's just an absolute revenue money-making machine. If I wanted to utilize and I kind of asked you this on one of my sessions. I guess I want to just ask it again because I'm about to get all my stock taken this week.
That's great.
From Intel and from I know it is, and yeah, because I'm going to make money, and from American Airlines. But if I were to buy like a stock at like Intel at 20,
right,
and instead of selling it at 20.50, then immediately. If I stole it for 23, now I'm going to get peanuts, a little bit of money, but I can hold on to the stock longer and longer, and then I could keep, obviously, as when the next month comes up, I'm going to sell it for $2 or $3 more of whatever the listing price is there. I know I'm going to be getting a lot less money, but I can hold on to the stock longer. I mean, do you agree with that? That's for wealth building. I just want to get your thoughts on that.
Your statement is correct. But will it make you money? I don't think so. It's funny. Brian and I today were talking about Intel, and we were talking about whether Intel should, because next week I'm going to lose all my stocks, and next week I have to buy stocks again. And we were looking at Intel, and we said, okay, so what just happened with Intel, for example? Intel's a great stock to discuss right now. So the government went in, Trump went in, and the government put 10% stake in Intel, which I'm not a fan of the government buying into any company, but okay. So they bought a 10% stake into Intel. So where do you think Intel? So the first question for the fund. So what we do now is we talk about the fund, and we talk about how we pick stocks for the fund. And the very first question that we have for a stock that we pick for the fund is, does this company have a chance of going out of business? So with Intel, the government stake in Intel, there's no chance Intel's going out of business anywhere near the near future. I mean, it could happen in 5 years from now, that's fine, but I don't care about that. So it's not going to happen. So it makes it a really good stock because we know it's not going to go out of business. We know it's not going to go, I think it's $24.50 or something today. It's not going to go to zero. So that I know. It's also not going to go to 10 very quickly, right? The question is, will it go back to 20? So Brian and I were looking at the chart today, and we're like, if this goes back to 20, it's an incredible buy. But the question is, will it go back to 20? Right. And I looked at it, I'm like, I don't know. I actually picked 22 to be the low coming up. I also think it's going to ratchet up, and it's going to ratchet up slowly. So using your technique of moving, of buying it, selling it 2 out of the money, you're going to make nothing. But as it ratchets up, if it ratchets up, and you're making a little bit of money each time, you're making, some money each time by selling the nearest out of the money call, you're making money each time it ratchets up. It doesn't matter what the stock is, because the stock, you buy a stock at 24.5 and you sell the 25 covered call, you made the money. Now, if the stock goes down, you just got to wait for it to come back. And as it comes back, you just keep ratcheting along with it. So it doesn't matter. Don't get hung up on having the stock being taken away. That's one of the biggest concerns that students have, and what makes them make less money. The whole point of me starting, what happened was I started the proof of concept, which was the covered call, which was I called my covered call test, and I proved that the covered call test, it didn't matter what the stock is ever. You buy the stock, you sell the call. You buy the stock, you sell the call. And the stock, even if the stock goes down, it gets plummeted. If it just doesn't plummet, you're okay. But the stock goes down and you keep selling it, you're eventually going to make more money than you lost in the stock. So just keep going the way you're going.
All right. Again, you're the best, man. Thanks. Keep up the great work. Appreciate everything you've done.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you.
It's very related to what we say, that you have to take the profit out every month.
Right. Hand me one of those water.
What? Water?
Yeah. So what was your question now? I'm sorry.
I'm saying it's very related to the fact that we say you have to take the profit every month. You can't leave your profit in and basically buy more stocks.
Right.
We proved.
So for you guys who don't know what we're talking about, real quick. So for you guys who don't know, so there's a specific way of making money in stock options called selling covered calls. All right, and we've been doing a lot of this because the gains are unbelievable. And in fact, just to go over this real quick, so the gains, just to show you what we've done so far for those of you who don't know. So I put $50,000 into an account. I just want to catch people up. That's all. So we put $50,000 into an account on January 1st to test this. Well, we've done it before, but I just wanted to do this specifically with this technique only. So January 1st, I put in $50,000. I withdrew $4,675 and then in February the account was around $48,385. I withdrew $39.08. Then it was $47,000. I withdrew $45.50. Then it was back to 50,000. I withdrew 56.81. It went as high as 53,000 at that point. I withdrew 48.11. The account was still at 55,000. I withdrew 44.50. Then it was 54,000. I withdrew 49.86. August, it was at 50,300, and I withdrew 38.41.90. So I total withdrawals so far out of this account was $36,906.38, which was 73.81% profit, and we still have over 50,000 in this account. And that's what this is. That's what we're teaching you. We're teaching you how to do this. There's 3 ways you can do this, right? I mean, you can do it yourself if you want, so not before it, but there's 3 ways you can do it. You could come and you could learn how to do it. We could teach you how to do it. The other one is we could teach you how to do it while we do it with you. So in other words, we take nothing, it's a different program where you come in and you learn how to, I actually do it in your account. So you actually put money in the account and I do it with you. And the third one is, if you don't want to do it at all, just go to the Sultan Fund, which will do for you. So actually, if you want to find more information about that, I told you before, send the word Sultan to 26786. The phone number is 26786. Send the word Sultan, and you'll get a link that'll take you over to the Sultan Fund. And if you're an accredited investor, we can do it for you. So getting to that, Omri, you had asked.
No, I didn't ask. I said I'm related to Mark's question. This is a change we don't like to do, basically. That's part of that. That's why we take the profit. We prove the method that works.
Right.
And we don't want to change it.
Right. So go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, just to clarify, I think what Mark's question was, so it sounds like he was talking about 2 different strategies. One is buy and hold, which is a strategy, and Warren Buffett does that. It's very good at it. And then there's the income generating strategy, which is what you're teaching here. And did I hear him right? He's buying 2 out of the money to try to capture some gain?
No, that's what he wants to do. What he wants to do is he wants to sell 2 out of the money. He wants to sell 2 out of the money so that he can keep the stock longer.
Oh, got it. So on a typical covered call stock, so he's trying to blend the buy and hold strategy, or
right,
not buy and hold, but buy and I'm going to sell higher, right? The problem with that, it's fine, but if you're going to buy low and sell high, it may take the stock a month and a half to get to where you would get to your sell point, and during that month and a half, you've missed out on selling premiums for more value, and it doesn't end up being the same or equal, but that's why they're 2 completely different strategies. Now, it just so happens that Intel has been on fire, and then the fire's put out, and then the fire explodes, and then the fire's put out. Correct. And so this stock that normally doesn't do this is doing this very quickly, and then you see what you could have lost had you had bought 2 out of the money. But what you don't see is when it doesn't do anything for a month and a half, and that strategy doesn't work.
Right.
So you got to pick which strategy you're doing with the right stock.
And that's what happens. People get greedy. Nobody can see your face in the camera. So if you move over that way...
I'm okay with that.
No, yeah, but
Stop.
Well, okay, fine. Be that way. Keep going.
How you like me now?
Keep going. You're better. Keep going. Move over to Army. Move real close to Army.
You sure?
There you go. Much better. There you go.
Stop. Leave the mic.
Leave the mic.
Leave the mic where it is.
Like that. There you go.
Hey, buddy.
Much better. Now you look like a human. Army gets upset when they can't see his face, so I want to make sure that you didn't get upset.
They just wait. They always put the phone number in front of my face, so this way everybody else gets it. Nice.
And actually, the phone number is in front of your face.
It is. That's why I said that.
Oh, again.
Again, it's all about.
So you need to be first. You can't be with the phone number in your face. What else?
Why is the phone number in my face? Why can't it be in your face?
Larry, change it.
It was the order in which I put the screen.
Because people are going to look at you more than they look at all of us.
So is that what it is? So they put the phone number so that you can't see my face instead?
Why wouldn't they want to look at you more than they want to look at us?
You can't see all you see is the number.
Let me see if I can fix it. Hold on.
I know, but because people are looking at you, they get to see.
Brian, they're all looking at you.
You missed the point.
I got the point.
He complimented you, and you're still not happy.
All right, I fixed it. Now the number will be in front of Army's face. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
And the worst part is Army. You can't see Army at all because the microphone is right in front of him.
Now you will see me.
There you see. Is that better? Is that better?
You behave.
I don't know. I can't see it yet. Like it hasn't switched yet. So,
you behave horribly to immigrants in this country. I must say.
Yeah.
Horribly.
Didn't I pick you up this morning?
So you put, I know, but you put the number in front of me.
Didn't I pick you up this morning?
And you have trouble.
Hey, Deb, can you
have
give me
trouble,
a ride? And instantly I'm like, yeah, where you at? I'll come get you.
And you have problem when people mention me before you, and then it's because our genitals are different. Every time you have stop.
Brian, are you happy you're on the show today?
It's just another day in the office, Larry.
I know.
I patiently wait for my time to speak.
I know. It's so funny because that's exactly what it is here.
You know, that was the perfect thing I came back from Ruskin with.
What?
Jay's faces, our electrician faces. Because we say to people, this is how we are every day, every minute. This is how we are. Yep. People don't believe that. He actually saw it for 72 hours. It was just so funny.
It was pretty funny. All right. Let's do this.
Let's do a commercial.
I want to do a commercial. I want to come back and I want to talk about Cracker Barrel. So let's go to commercial. Hey, this is Larry Steinhouse with Investors.
You're clear.
Thanks, man. I know sometimes you worry about coming to see me because you don't want to invest in real estate, because you don't want to deal with toilets, trash, or tenants. I'm going to teach you a way that you don't have to deal with toilets, trash, or tenants, or even own any real estate and invest in real estate at the same time. You want to learn this, so go to investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com and take a complimentary class this Thursday. And I promise you, no toilets, no trash, no tenants. Hey, this is Larry Steinhouse with Investor Schooling. I've been talking about myself for all these years. Now it's time for you to hear from one of our great clients.
Investor Schooling lives up to the promises. Larry's a great teacher, teaches about the whole new approach to thinking about money. I've taken to heart many of the things that he's taught me, and my financial life has improved.
Come to Investor Schooling, and you could be just like Charlie and change your financial life. Go to investorschooling.com. We will see you Thursday. Hey, this is Larry Steinhouse with Investor Schooling. Did you know that we have a radio show right here on WPHT every Saturday at 1 o'clock? It's called The Larry Steinhouse Show. And you want to listen to this show because it's a live show and you can call in. In fact, here's the call-in number.
855-939-1137.
And when you call in, you can ask us questions about real estate, the stock market, even politics. Make sure you tune in Saturday, 1 o'clock. This is Larry Steinhouse with Investor Schooling. Hey, this is Larry Steinhouse with Investor Schooling. How many times are you going to listen to my voice before you finally go to investorschooling.com? I can't believe you haven't signed up for a class yet. You're going to learn real estate investing. You're going to learn stock options trading. You're going to learn things about money that you didn't even know existed. Go to investorschooling.com right now. Oh my goodness. This Thursday, investorschooling.com, and take that free class. See you there. This is Larry Steinhouse with Investor Schooling. Did you know that there are so many different ways to prepare?
All right, do you want ready to come back?
Sounds good. This Thursday by taking a free class on Investor Schooling. Come to Investor Schooling and you...
All right, we're coming back in 15. Stand by.
And you actually expected to. Go to investorschooling.com and sign up for a complimentary class this Thursday. That's investorschooling.com.
Disclaimer, music, and then you're back.
It's like I haven't done this before.
This program is paid for by Investor Schooling.
All right, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back to the Larry Steinhouse Show. I'm here with the amazing Dr. Deb Anderson.
You do it again.
So it's funny. I actually spoke to somebody on the phone.
Wait, can I finish who I'm here with?
Yes, it's important.
Even Brian is interrupting me.
Listen.
Like he's like, Larry, what do I do wrong? Is there any etiquette? Is there any etiquette that I need to know? And already he's interrupting me. Already.
That's how we know he fits in.
I'm here with Omri, and I'm here with.
No!
Brian.
Oh my God! What did you just do? You're here with.
No, I said her first. You missed it. That's when her, and then Brian interrupted.
He didn't.
Oh, okay.
And then Brian interrupted. And
okay. But you need to start over.
We're also right. Okay. All right. Glenn, music, please.
I love it.
All right, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back to Larry Steinhouse Show. I'm here with the amazing Dr. Deb.
Woo!
I'm here with the immigrant Omri.
Woo!
And I'm here with
Brian, who doesn't know what to say.
He's got his hand over his mouth. It's hysterical. I'm here, and we're here with Brian.
Woo!
And of course, we're here with Maurice too, who's filming us.
Woo!
Wow, we just turned into a morning zoo, didn't we, Glenn?
It's full of peacocks.
What's hysterical is Omri still has no idea what that means.
He fits right in.
So the only peak was here when we screwed the microphone. That's the only peak I saw.
So you still, after all that, have no idea what that means.
All right, Glenn, you didn't even hear what I said? Did we lose Glenn?
I don't know.
I heard a bunch of things. You said everybody said a bunch of things. What are you referring to?
I said we just turned into a morning zoo.
Oh yeah, I heard you. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes, definitely.
Oh yeah, exactly. Okay. All right. Anyway, all right. Getting back to where we were, I want to talk about Cracker Barrel. Now, have you guys seen this whole controversy about Cracker Barrel?
No, it's so sad. I wish they stood up like Aeropostale did and said, "Yep, that's our blue jeans." You know, I mean, how like Aeropostale went back and said, "Screw you, this is what we're doing." They put more things of that girl on. I wish that Cracker Barrel would have stood up the way
Well, Cracker Barrel is standing up that way. Technically.
No, they're not, because they are changing their whole logo. So clearly they're not. They're
you're talking about okay. So let me wait. Okay, so
maybe you will tell first.
I'm talking about after they change their logo, they decided to stick with it. But let's talk about what the close story about Cracker Barrel. So as you know, Cracker Barrel hired a woke CEO who wants to change the logo. Now I'm going to tell you my first thought of this when I saw this, and they wanted to change the logo. You know what my immediate thought was?
What?
Good. Now I'll be able to read the logo better. Because I travel down this thing and you see this, you see the guy sitting next to the barrel with the Cracker Barrel logo, and you can't read it, but everybody knows what it is, which is the only reason they know what it is, because they know what it is. But it turns out that Cracker Barrel has been losing, people have not been going to Cracker Barrel for a while. They go less and less and less. Now, you want to know the number one reason why I don't go to Cracker Barrel?
Why?
The food is awful.
I was gonna say, because I've been there a couple times.
It's
and the food,
awful.
it's overpriced, and it's overpriced, and I don't think it's that good. But
right,
that's
it's supposed
just
to
me.
be an experience. It's supposed to be a country store experience where you come in, you have the rocking chairs in the front, and you have. We've been there. You've been there, Omri.
Yeah, we've been together.
Yeah, right.
It was okay.
Right. I mean, it was nothing special. It's
You
just,
ate all
it's
my
like,
biscuits. Remember,
it's
you
a
ate all my
piece of,
biscuits.
It's a piece of Americana.
Yeah.
Cracker Barrel's a piece of Americana, right?
Yeah.
So, but Cracker Barrel, the company, is realizing that, hey, you know what? Less people are coming. Nobody cares about Americana anymore, and maybe we need to ramp up the way Cracker Barrel looks, and maybe change the logo.
Yeah, but you go into the front store. It's fun to walk around while you're waiting. I'm just saying.
It sounds like nobody's buying stuff from the front store anymore. So it just seems like, based on some of the articles I read. But that's okay. Let's go back to what they did, right? So she comes in and she says, "I'm going to change everything tomorrow." That was the mistake she made. So the first mistake is like, we're gonna revamp all the stores and change the logo. You know what? If you would have slowly took certain things out, maybe painted one of the walls white, and then another one, and nobody would have noticed. Nobody would have even cared.
Yeah.
However, then you go the whole woke thing. I don't understand, and please, maybe someone can call me and tell me why this is woke. Look, I don't really care that they're changing their logo. I don't really care that they're eliminating the country store. I don't really care that they're eliminating the whole thing. I don't see why it's woke. I just don't. I mean, some of the jokes that were out there were hysterical. Like they removed the cracker on the barrel, which really made me laugh. But at the same time, I didn't find the guy sitting next to the barrel offensive in any way. So I don't understand why it has anything to do with being woke. I don't understand anything at all.
So I see why it's being woke, and Maurice might know this, and so cracker, that term.
I know what a cracker is.
Okay,
yeah,
so then that's what that term is.
But okay, so if a cracker is a white guy with a whip, which is what the term was, right?
Right, it's a white guy with a whip.
So white guy. So why? So you're not changing the name. You're not saying that the guy was in the thing was a cracker. You're just saying it's a Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel, and I used to always think that was a crazy name anyway, but it's a barrel full of crackers. That's what they're referring to, Cracker Barrel, right? So who cares if there's a white guy sitting next to a barrel with the words Cracker Barrel? Who cares? It's been that way for 100 years, however long Cracker Barrel's been in business.
Yeah, but
who cares?
But woke people can't. You could take. I had a text today from a woman who read.
Maurice, you want to put some headphones on? In case anybody didn't know, Maurice is black. Let's get the black man's opinion.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, I think you can't even say something without offending anybody. Because I had a tenant this morning say, "Hey, I want to paint the door black," and I'm like, "Can you tell me why you even want to paint the door? And what's even the issue here? Oh, well, because of this and that." I'm like, "All right, well, paint it white because it's going to attract all the heat and you're going to warp the door." But I mean,
wait, you have a tenant wants to paint your door black.
The front door because.
And your answer was?
I said, "Send me a picture so I even know what you're talking about."
Picture of what? Of a door?
My answer is go buy a house and paint your door black. You're not painting my door black.
All right, well, anyway, I think the whole point is that you can't even say the word black or the word cracker or the word jeans, without somebody taking some offense to it. So I think that's the issue.
No, and we're going back half a year to the conversation we had in the studio with the person who started the Black Real Estate Investor RIA.
Right. It's true, but
we are, and I think what bothers you is.
Can we stay on Cracker Barrel for a couple
So
minutes?
I will. I want to I want to say something about Cracker Barrel. The thing with Cracker Barrel to me is that you think it's going to be the next Bud Light incident.
It's going to be now,
and I think
it became that.
Exactly. I think
why it became that? It became that because the dumbass.
Because it doesn't represent. It doesn't
woman,
represent. Yeah.
Do you know what she said?
What she said?
She said, "Well, if MAGA doesn't want to come in here, he and she can stay away."
Who?
The CEO said, "If MAGA, MAGA is Make America Great People." MAGA? You don't know what MAGA is?
Yeah, I didn't know there was a term to that. Okay,
yeah,
the
so
Make America
Great.
Great.
MAGA doesn't want to come in here, then he and she doesn't have to, which cracks me up because they admitted that there's only two genders.
What? Why would MAGA don't want to come? Because they changed the logo?
Yeah, because they're claiming it's woke. So now, guess what? I'm not going to go to Cracker Barrel, not because of all of this. I'm not going to go to Cracker Barrel because the CEO just insulted me.
Are you talking about Bud Light or Cracker Barrel?
I'm talking about Cracker Barrel.
You know what's crazy about this, though, Larry, is that supposedly the origin of the Cracker Barrel thing is not racist in origin at all.
Of course it's not.
Yeah,
they took Aunt Jemima off. They took Aunt Jemima off the bottle because she was a brilliant woman who fed people and made lots of money. Why? Let's take a brilliant woman who's a black person and take them off the bottle because it's racist to put a brilliant rich white black person on a bottle.
No, but what I'm saying is, at least with Aunt Jemima, you could make some kind of argument that it's playing into the archetype of the household slave. You could at least make an argument there. This has no connection whatsoever. Now, if people want to say, "Oh, it's cracker because that's a white slur or whatever," that's accidental. Cracker Barrels are a real thing. So I could understand if the company was like, "Okay, we're going to change it because some people have this connotation," but you got to stick to your guns and say this had nothing to do with any of that.
Of course.
We will change it because people are upset. They see something that isn't there. But just change it.
Right. I mean, the Bud Light thing, right? I just don't want. I'm just not a Dylan Mulvaney fan, so I don't want to be walking around with a Bud Light and people making fun of me. So I'm not gonna drink a Bud Light. But to go into Cracker Barrel with a different logo, who cares? The food's still awful, and I'm going to go there because I'm desperate for food because I'm traveling. I'm going to go there anyway, but I'm not going to go there now. I'm not going to go there because the CEO
you have the choice,
said to me that I don't want you in my restaurant. That's where the stock dropped 10 points the other day. Right? How dumb can you be? She should say, "Hey, we didn't change the logo because it was woke. We just wanted to change the logo. It was just time for a refresh." And you know what they do? She should become Elon Musk and go on Twitter and say, "Hey, do you think we should change our logo? Yes or no?" And do a vote. And then when the votes come no, all the 85% of votes are no, she should go, "Hey, the public spoke. We're not going to change our logo." And everybody go, "Yay!" to go back to Cracker Barrel. Instead, she doubled down on it, and then she told me that you don't belong here. Whoa. Okay, I don't belong there. I'm not going to go there.
This is the problem, that everything becomes political. You can't go to a restaurant without knowing if the owner is lefty or righty or whatever it is. And it go further than that. If you remember, I talked to you about that. Half a year ago, I had a tenant that was supposed to move into one of my properties. And that was, it was more, it was November, it was just after the election. I should have received a check from the organization for the tenant to move in that day. I called the secretary, answered me, and what she had to say to me is, "I'm sorry, this lady is not here today. She took the election results very hard."
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Right.
I think you were with me. We just boarded the plane to Vegas.
Right.
And I didn't know if it's a joke. I didn't know if it's serious. But now, basically, I am aware of something. And now I'm aware that maybe I don't know what is she. How it's related to the life. How it's related to the fact that there is a tenant that needs to move in and you need to pay for her. How all those things are related to where we are right now. And I think it's related everywhere. I don't want to know if when I'm going to a restaurant, the owner is a Republican or a Democrat. I don't care. They want to express it, fine. They can express it, but don't, how will you call that? If I can't go there because I'm a Republican.
I don't. To me, it's discrimination, but okay.
Exactly. I didn't want to say discrimination because I wasn't sure if it's actually a discrimination.
No, well, it becomes discrimination when somebody says, "Well,"
but she didn't tell exactly. Exactly.
Just so you understand, the city don't say you're not welcome here.
Exactly.
They said you don't have to come here if you don't want to. And
exactly.
I'm like, well, you know what? If you're telling me not to come,
which is an insult because I am the customer. She should want us to come.
So that was a little bit different. But again, I could not believe that this blew up into what it blew up into. It was so unnecessary. You know, I don't get it, but they could have played it better. Same thing with Bud Light. Bud Light could have played it better too, but they didn't play it better. They decided that they wanted to ignore what they did instead of talk about what they did.
I like Bud Light. Bud Light tried to show that they appeal to everybody. I think Cracker Barrel, they don't try to show that they appeal to everybody. They try to correct something from the past.
No, Bud Light.
Correct what from the past?
No, Bud Light, the prime people who are Bud Light are blue-collar workers who are just normal, everyday people, not woke people, not trans people who are going in for a beer. Like, their bread and butter are regular, everyday blue-collar workers.
Okay.
You know, so to go and say, hey, we're going to have some trans whatever.
This
thing, you know.
Thing?
It's a thing. It's definitely a thing. Because it's not... Dylan Mulvaney is definitely in it now because with all the surgeries and all the changes to its body, it can't be a woman or a man anymore.
It's a thing,
but
it's a thing.
You're clearly alienating your audience when you do stuff like that. When they brought it on, it clearly alienated their audience.
It's a thing.
I don't know
exactly. We're so afraid to say those terms. Why?
I just keep saying trans. I just don't know what to call it.
What are you going to call it?
She's not a woman.
What can you call it? I mean, it's a mutilated body.
Just,
is what it is.
Guys, it just became so hard. Man. I'm just saying it became so hard. It shouldn't be that hard. And that's also refers to something bad.
It's not that's right. It's because he really did mutilate his body, and you can't. I mean, you can't. So what do you do? You know,
did you see there was a thing on Facebook?
Again,
it was
a thing.
No, it was a video. I'm sorry. There was a video on Facebook. There was like this meme on Facebook of a trans woman, right? I guess the guy who's a girl. I'm getting myself confused now. Anyway, complaining about how they couldn't get a date and how they didn't understand why a man wouldn't be interested in her, which is really a him. And then at the end of it, a guy gets on. He's like, well, it could be your appendage. That might be the problem. You know what I mean? So it's just like, how are these trans people not realizing that men aren't attracted to other men if they're not, that's not what they're
I would
into.
really like to go with him, her.
Well, some are, but like some straight men, I don't understand, or they don't understand why straight men aren't attracted to a
fake woman?
A fake woman. Thank you, because I don't even know what to call them.
I'm just not attracted to men in dresses. What can I tell you?
Sometimes you can't tell.
Right.
Fine, but I mean, when you're
too late.
I was gonna say when you're in the bedroom and clothes start to come off, you're gonna realize it pretty quickly. You know what I mean?
We refer sexually. We need to explain.
This is not, doesn't know what to do here.
It doesn't mean
about this.
So I wonder if you could sue somebody for that.
What?
I wonder if you could sue somebody that you go to, they come off as a woman and you go to bed.
There was a case like that.
Right? There was
a case like that. I remember reading about it. It was a woman. She thought she was marrying another woman, I think. And and then I guess they said that she had AIDS or something, so they didn't want to have sex on their night. But it wasn't about the sex. It was about the love and the relationship and the emotion, blah blah blah. And then it was like a year and a half later when she finally figured out that the woman she married was really a man, or another woman, or whatever it was supposed to be.
It's so complicated. But
yeah.
I'm talking about you go on a date, right? And you're a man, and you're going out with what you think is a woman, looks like a woman. And then you go home, you go to bed, and you reach in, and there ain't. Yeah, Lola, exactly,
Lola,
right. Joe Color put up Lola, right,
Lola,
right, exactly, right. And then you realize, wait a minute, what's this? Is this a cigar? Are you Monica Lewinsky? No. And then you realize it's a man, and then you freak out. And that could that could probably do some damage to some people. I wonder if you could sue them. But anyway, it is what it is.
I don't know. I think it could get violent at some point because
it might get violent.
It would. I would think it would get violent at some point. Like
it might
not, just because of the anger and the frustration and all the emotions going on at that time. It's just like, I don't know. I could see that turning violent. So
everybody's singing Lola. Everybody online is they're all putting the words to Lola. We can't play Lola, can we?
No, we
can't. I didn't think so. Okay, because that
the same thing happened. The same thing happened to Tone Loc in his Funky Cole Medina song.
Oh, that's right. That's
Sheena
right.
was a man.
That's right.
There you go.
That's my favorite band of all time, the Kinks, Lola.
Okay.
Patty's saying your mic is not covering your face.
Can we end the show so I can listen to the song?
So we're about to end the show any second now.
Okay.
You can't listen to the show. You can't listen to the song while you're on the show. You understand that, right?
I don't know if this is any better.
I want to listen to the show.
We will let you listen to it afterwards. And everybody else at home, go ahead. You can play Lola right now. Go ahead. At home, you can play Lola because just know we're going to be playing Lola in about a minute and a half when the show ends. So Omri can hear Lola because he doesn't know the song Lola.
Can we play it on Facebook?
No.
Okay.
So that's it. That was my rant on Cracker Barrel. I actually don't understand where it came from, but it's gone down the rabbit hole so far because they don't know how to handle it. They didn't know what to do. They made a mistake. They could have so easily fixed this by saying it wasn't a woke moment. It just happened to be. It just happened to be something that we decided to do.
Rebranding.
And you know what? And you know what? Yeah, we're rebranding. And you know what? If you guys don't want us to rebrand, we won't because we love our customers. Thank you so much for telling us. And they would have gotten so many people going to Cracker Barrel. They could have sold MAGA hats at Cracker Barrel. Can you imagine selling MAGA hats at Cracker Barrel? All right. No, Deb?
I don't know. I haven't been there in a while. Actually, last time I went, Omri stole my biscuits. Remember?
That's right.
Yeah. So it's been a while.
That's right.
You hold gratitude.
No,
to
I don't.
certain
grudges,
things.
not gratitude. Grudges. You're getting confused.
What do you?
I don't hold any grudges.
What do you hold?
I said that the last time I went to Cracker Barrel, you stole my biscuits.
So here you mention it again.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm not holding.
Listen, Omri, women remember everything.
It's not remembering. She have a notebook and she's like, "You, Omri, on this date."
No. They don't have that. It's not a notebook. It's something in their brain. That's why a man can't transition to a woman because it can't. If a man transitions to a woman, then nothing is his fault anymore. All right. Anyway, we're done with the show today. I'm going to leave you with that one. Thanks everybody for listening. I want to thank Dr. Deb for being here, of course. I want to thank the amazing Omri and of course Brian for being here and the
sweet
Glenn Page for being our producer today. He did a great job. And all you people who listen to this show, yes, this show is a financial show. And if you want to go to investorschooling.com, that's investorschooling.com. You can take a complimentary class this Thursday and learn so many cool things about money that I bet you didn't know. All right, we'll see you on Thursday.
This program is paid for by Investor School.
You are clear.
For you guys online, thank you. You guys were awesome. You guys were cracking us up. All right, you want to listen to Lola? Go ahead, listen to Lola.
I am.
And we're still on the air on Facebook, so this will be fun. So if you want to listen to Lola, well, you can't play Lola on Facebook either. They'll cut it.
So here's the thing. So Larry, here's the thing. There's a way that I could have played the music so that it would not go to our streaming service and it would be allowed. But the problem is if we do a playback of the show, then it'll be on the playback. That's why.
Yeah, and also Facebook won't let you do it anyway.
I don't want to do it.
Yeah, so you guys got to play your own song, your own Lola song.
We should do stock options again and introduce it and go on that.
What do you want to do now?
Yeah.
Stock options.
He wants to do stock options and stuff. It's just with the headphones we can't hear you. That's all.
Yeah, with headphones you can't hear us. You got to hold up notes.
Right. Visit Edelman'sCoins.com.
Transform your home this Labor Day with Bucks County Estate Traders Labor Day Sale. Save 20 to 50% off store-wide. Explore all styles here with high-quality furniture and statement pieces. When you visit, you'll be greeted by our experienced staff who are able to guide you through near 20,000 unique items in our massive climate control showroom. Or
So in this
QR codes on every piece for
What's that?
Shop.
Is he still listening to the song?
At BucksCountyEstateTraders.com or visit.
So in the song, Omri, there's a line where he says, "I know what I am, and I'm glad I'm a man, and so is Lola." So it's kind of vague.
Yeah.
Lay across than 30 years.
It's like, is she glad?
One deserves the home they love. That's
There's
why
a whole movie about that. Remember that?
What, Breakfast on Pluto? Or?
No, it was like
to
with
over
Forrest
200
Whitaker was in it.
locations from coast to coast.
Oh, I don't know.
Not to mention free treats for the whole family in our cafes.
The crying
Celebrate Bob's.
Oh, yeah.
The crying game was all about that.
Right.
Labor
'Cause
Day
he didn't
weekend.
know the guy was a guy, he thought it was a girl, and then when they went to fool around, he's
Gain
like,
a global
oh my God,
perspective
what's
and
this?
specialized skills
Yeah, I
that
thought you knew, and yeah.
players receive.
Yeah, it was a big movie. Great song, too. Great song.
This.
So 25 seconds.
All right.
For about $21K. Choose from MBA specializations in global business, marketing, HR, finance, and more. No application fee if you
10 seconds. Stand by.
more at umgc.edu. That's umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
This program is paid for by Investor Schooling. All opinions or statements expressed on the program are solely those of Investor Schooling or their guests and do not reflect the opinions of WPHT or Odyssey.
WPHT,
You're live.
WOGL HD3 Philadelphia. From the Piazza Premium Automobile Studios, powering your drive with 10 brands and 20 locations. Always live on the free Odyssey app. The Larry Steinhouse Show.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to the Larry Steinhouse Show. I'm your host, Larry Steinhouse, and joining me today are the incredible co-host, Dr. Deb Anderson, who's always first, bringing
From now
insights
on.
and no-nonsense expertise, and, of course, Omri Morad, always keeping us laughing and thinking with his unique perspective. And, of course, Brian Lorman's here as well. All right. We're also going to be diving deep into stock options, real estate, wealth building, including some of my recent wins in the market that you won't want to miss. We'll also cover the latest news, political updates, and economic trends, showing you how it all ties into your financial future.
You said trends?
What?
You said trends.
I said trends?
I hear trends.
What are we talking about?
You hear what?
He heard trans.
No, it was trends, not trans.
You said trends.
I said trends.
Moving on.
Not trans.
Moving on. Brian's
Listen,
just like,
Army,
this is
if you
weird.
Really,
This
if
is
you
never,
really,
he's
if
never
you
seen
want to
this
have
way
this surgery
before.
that you've been talking about,
I'm still looking for the fund.
You just
Listen,
start at the top and work
listen,
your way down.
Okay.
He's
Here,
manifesting his destiny.
Now do the phone number in the girl voice that you want to be.
I'm going 855-939-1137.
Wait. Are you trying to overcompensate now?
I heard trends. I heard that you said trends related to the previous show. It seems appropriate.
Economic trends, showing you how it all ties into your financial future.
It's Omri, it's you. I'm not hearing trans, I'm hearing trends.
But
The
if you
two
wanna-
words that you just said sound exactly identical to me.
Oh, okay.
It must be our accent.
Maybe.
All right.
It's your
As
accent.
always, we're broadcasting live from Investor Schooling headquarters, your hub for learning how to take control of your finances, invest wisely, and grow your wealth. Make sure you RSVP to a free Thursday night class at
investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com.
It's the perfect opportunity to get hands-on guidance and take the first step towards your financial freedom. And look, we want you to call us. Call us. We have so much fun with the callers. You guys are great. What's the number, Omri?
855-939-1137. That's 855-939-1137.
And you can ask us questions about just about anything out there.
Anything you want.
Anything.
Anything.
What's the phone number again?
Anything.
What's the phone number again?
That's 855-939-1137.
You don't want to do it in the girl voice?
855-939-1137.
his girl voice. What do you mean?
What?
What was that? What did you say?
I said that is his girl voice. What do you mean?
This is not my girl. I can do a girl voice. This is not a girl voice.
855-939-1137. There you go.
You just became Southern.
I've been blamed to being a walk last show.
What?
Being woke. Yeah. Somebody said he was woke.
Walk.
You're woke?
Yeah.
That's what somebody said in the
I
chat.
must have missed that.
All right.
I must have missed that.
Can we move on?
So somebody wants to know if that's your new Crocker Brow voice. Okay.
This is my new.
All right. All right. Are you okay now?
I'm alive.
Okay, good. All right, sit back, enjoy your coffee, get ready for another action-packed episode of the Larry Steinhouse Show. It'll be fun, insightful, and you'll have all the strategies to help you take control of your financial future. All right, we got through the demo. We got through the intro with only a couple interruptions, and we're here once again with Brian. And Brian is the assistant fund manager for the Sultan Income Fund, And the Sultan Income Fund is freaking awesome, isn't it, Brian?
It's beautiful.
Are we making a lot of money?
Yes.
Hey, Brian, this is a radio show. You have to participate. You have to have a conversation, right? You have to say, like, when I say something, you kind of got to expand on it.
So hold on. It's taken Brian, 6 months to open up to us in the office, and then you want him to open up automatically on the radio show? It's going to take him a little bit of time.
I wasn't waiting. I was waiting for an opportunity to speak.
Oh, okay.
It won't. No, that's not the right way in this room.
Yeah, you have to speak
Debbie's
up.
world.
Yeah,
I know, right? Exactly,
Even Glenn
exactly.
interrupts. He doesn't even give us a chance. He doesn't even give us a red light that goes, I'm about to interrupt.
Yeah.
He just interrupts.
I interrupted last hour, and I got reprimanded for it.
No, but you interrupted at an appropriate time. Now you can interrupt at an appropriate time. Tell everybody how cool this Sultan Income Fund is. It's so cool.
Oh my God!
I just thought he was going to do that.
Let him speak.
I thought he was going to do that, so I did it for him.
I don't blame you for not speaking.
This is what I deal with on like a weekly basis. So so when we're all like just in the office, I can't have a conversation with anybody, and then when we're on the radio show, I can't seem to have a conversation with
Can
anybody.
you let him speak?
I'm getting my 5 minutes of fame right here.
Oh my God!
Debbie, you're interrupting everybody today.
I'm sorry, it will never happen again. You can speak.
All right, go ahead, Brian. It's all you.
It's just been.
By the way, I just want to tell you.
So I've been here for about 2 years, right? About that. It has been interesting to see the development of the covered call, right? So something that everybody knew about maybe, but wasn't putting into action. And then I remember specifically, especially since I've been here so much of the last year, that when you started talking about it and when you started to do your challenge, just your internal challenge where you were showing us what you were doing, I remember like a month would go by or 2 months would go by and I'd be like, yeah, but this and this. And then when you had the students do the covered call challenge, it just opened my eyes to, you don't really learn much until you actually go out there and do it. I mean, you can learn stuff, but you don't until you feel the consequence of your actions, good or bad, that's really when you learn something. And that challenge that you put us all through, and the development of that into this fund, it's just, that's what I said. I just said beautiful because that summed it all up.
Well, thank you, man. I appreciate that. That was a much better explanation now.
Yeah.
We can start making fun of him now, right?
Sure.
Okay,
sure.
good.
I don't know if he'll handle it as nicely as I do and Omri does, but we'll see what happens.
I think he'll handle it differently. I think he'll handle it internally, because Brian's much more of an introvert than all of us.
Yes, absolutely.
Now I don't know. I mean, I don't know if we're introverts or extroverts. I mean, most people would think we're extroverts, but we also like our quiet time.
Yeah.
But Brian is definitely an introvert, so it's an interesting dynamic that we now have an introvert.
I mean, I did go home and write your name on my headboard, on my hit list, but I told you I took it off.
He said bedboard?
He said
when
headboard.
you said headboard,
I know.
My thought was
not a good one.
Well, bad in a lot of ways.
It's a scene from a movie.
I know.
You and your movies. I'm telling you, like half the time nobody knows what you're talking about.
What?
I don't know if you.
It's Billy Madison.
If I put your name on my headboard, I think there might be something going on.
He was crazy, and he was creating a hit list, and so he was writing people's names in lipstick on his headboard. And I thought you'd get the joke.
You said Billy Madison?
I think it was Billy Madison.
Billy Madison is not the funny movie with Adam Sandler?
That's right.
That he go back to school?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, we watched an Adam Sandler movie the other day when we were in.
Yeah.
When we were in Ruskin.
In Ruskin, we watched Waterboy.
Yeah, Waterboy. Yeah, that was a good movie.
You can do it.
That's my favorite line. You can do it. You can do it. All right, so we can do it. Uh-oh. Other people are commenting about headboards too, so that's not a good thing. All right, so we can do it. We can do it. We can do it. So let's talk about
headboard is the thing in the bed, right?
It's the piece of the bed.
It's where you
But if I put your name on my headboard,
oh my God,
where do you think that's going to go? Or anybody puts their name on a headboard. If I put your name on my head, I'm a woman putting a guy's name on a headboard, or a man putting another man's name on a headboard. It's not usually like I want to kill you. It's something else.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking like
it's a sexual thing.
Look,
I'm thinking it was a joke, and we're still talking about it.
Yeah, well, welcome to
the Larry Steinhouse show.
It was a very good joke. It was a very good joke.
Right? I mean, all I'm thinking is that you're doing something with your wife and seeing my name
Right,
on your headboard,
which is-
and that's kind of
which is-
weird.
which
The
is
problem with
completely
the
weird.
headboard
Which is
is
completely weird.
if you have the headboards, then you don't have those poles, right? And then where do you put the handcuffs?
Where you put the handcuffs, yeah. Well, you could always do the frame, I guess, have your pants down.
All the way down?
What?
Okay. Welcome to the Larry Steinhouse show.
I think that's
we will take care of every need in
think
your
that's what
life.
The confusion was,
It seemed very sexual to me.
Yeah, to me too, and it was kind of like,
So Brian
weird.
is fantasizing about
But
Larry and
we,
Ben.
we are not standard to anything.
Bree still listening to
Everything we say, we say hello in the morning to each other, and it sounds sexual to us. So maybe you are okay and we are not.
Yeah,
I'm planning out my stock picks next week. You guys talk about whatever you want. I've already moved on.
What's going on?
Is that a peacock?
It is a peacock. It is a peacock.
Oh my gosh! All right, we are like.
Are we still on the air?
What? I'm so lost. Where are we? Are we? Is this still the show that we're doing?
It is the Larry Steinhouse show.
Welcome to the Howard Stern show of 1980.
Yeah.
The original, when it was still good.
When it was funny.
When it was funny, and
Howard
still
Stern
good.
wasn't the person he used to make fun of. That's so weird to me too. That Howard Stern actually became the person that he used to make fun of, which is bizarre. But that's okay. I haven't listened to his show in a really long time, but I do thank him for some great radio that helped me make this radio show as great as it is. Omri?
Mhm.
You don't even know who Howard Stern is.
I don't.
Omri's
You
got his
promised me
trans voice.
so many times that you will play to me, and it never happened.
What?
You have to listen to old Howard Stern.
I know, but you
'Cause
promised
old
to
Howard
show
Stern
me
was
to
funny.
you. Yeah.
Just haven't watched the movie.
Yeah, you can watch the movie.
Yeah,
you
watch
can
the
do-
movie.
you can
Watch
do
the
that too,
original.
yeah, but
Watch the
you know,
original.
Yeah, private parts.
Yeah.
All right, getting back to whatever.
That's what it's called. It's
The
called
movie's
Private
called Private
Parts.
Parts. Yeah,
It's called Private Parts.
but it's a great title for so many reasons.
Can we move on?
We can.
Let's do it.
What would
I
you
think
like
they had
to
that trademarked,
What would you like to discuss?
Yeah, let's talk about the stocks because it seems like what's going on with your fund? Do you still have open spots?
So I do have open spots in the fund, yes.
Few.
And the fund, so if you guys don't know, the techniques that we teach in investor schooling, I have a fund that we trade in, and we trade other people's money. It's for accredited investors only. So if you're an accredited investor, you can find out more about it and get the private placement memorandum, and discover what's involved. And if you want to, you can actually find out more about that by sending a text message to 26786. Just send the word Sultan to 26786, or you can go to sultanif.com. Sultan IF stands for Sultan Income Fund.com.
You will see
And you can go there too.
The Dancing Larry.
You'll see the Dancing Larry. Actually, I don't think the Dancing Larry's up there, but yeah. So you'll see the Sultan Fund, and it's a great fund. It's it's doing well at the moment. I mean, it's funny. I have to say these things because it's like, my attorney says, don't forget, you have to tell them that you can lose your money and blah 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 blah. I'm like, all I want to do is just trade the money. Leave me alone. So there's certain rules and laws that I have to live by, whatever. But it certainly beats the heck out of the worst investment ever, which is called an annuity.
I was afraid you were about to say real estate.
It amazes
I was
me how
afraid.
people buy annuities because these registered reps, which are they're what?
Fiduciaries. I think he's looking for the
Fiduciaries is the word I'm looking
fiduciary.
for, Army. They're fiduciaries.
Come on, don't you pay attention?
Right.
He doesn't.
He rambles on the same thing over and over again.
Right?
I know.
Because exactly. It's the same joke over every week.
Yeah, it's the same
Even
joke.
Debbie gets it.
Yeah.
What do they call Deb?
Fiduciaries.
When do you do the douche?
Because I don't need to say douche.
Why?
It's fiduciary. Whatever. Whatever.
Yes.
Whatever. So there's something I'm a little bit worried about. So I'm going on vacation with two of my girlfriends, and they're both Democrats in the next month.
Record the conversations.
So it's going to be interesting because my one friend, we just don't discuss politics ever. But the other one, she'll sneak in things here and there. And I'm just really hoping that we can get through the whole week without discussing politics.
No chance.
But you're not a politics discusser.
I am not.
So they can bring something up and you'll go, yeah, whatever.
I try to keep my
not be
mouth
the end
shut.
of it.
Yeah,
So
I try to
that's
keep my
something
mouth
else.
shut when it comes to that.
Even on
because
the show, you don't want to discuss politics.
I really tend to avoid it because I just don't want to.
Yeah, I got it.
I don't want to deal with the garbage.
I honestly wasn't much into politics much at all until the scamdemic. I mean, I followed a little bit. I still wanted the Republicans to win, but I just said whatever if they don't. Now, after I saw what happened during the scamdemic, when everything became, show me your papers, please. I'm like, what just happened to America?
Yeah.
So now I'm making sure that can never happen again. That's why I'm so involved in politics now. That's why I supported Trump financially in his battle to prevent fraud in the voting. I mean, for him to win, and also Mastriano, who I think will be running again. I think he's running. He is running again. He announced it again. I support him for the same reasons. And the weird part is, guess you want to know the only Democrat I support right now?
Who's up?
John Fetterman.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, I'm watching this guy turn into a Republican right in front of me, and he will be. He will be a Republican. He will wake up. I think the stroke did him good. I mean, actually, I hope all Democrats will have a stroke and end up like him after the stroke.
Don't say stuff like that.
Yeah, don't go there.
Yeah, don't go there.
Why? That's funny.
No, that wasn't.
And the fact that they all turned into Democrats like him, and they become Republican Democrats, that's great. Fine, Deb, be that way.
I remember listening to some woman saying that she was going to vote for Fetterman even if they had to wheel his lifeless, coma body over. Right. And I'm like, what drugs are you on that you want somebody who can't even make a talk?
Right, exactly.
And
he did have trouble. He still has a little trouble, but he's interesting because he's supportive of Israel. He's supportive of a lot of the MAGA policies. And he's telling his Democrat friends to stop being jerks.
Is it something that developed with you over age?
What?
Being a Democrat.
So
to me,
this is what they say. They say that Democrats. They say that when you go to college, you become a Democrat because you have no money, and you care about everybody. You're empathetic about everybody, right? Then when you grow up, you start paying taxes, and you become a Republican. But it's become so weird now. Now it's like it's about saving the planet, which is nothing wrong with the planet, and about transgender and allowing transgender equality. That's what it's become.
So
I think a lot of it has to do with how you're raised. My parents were both Republicans, and I know a couple families who they were raised Democrats, and their kids are coming up the same way because it's how you're raised. Because you don't necessarily know a lot about the other side, right? Because you know what you read and what you believe, right? So, I get a bunch of stuff, and they're very Republican focused, so I'm not as focused on some of the Democrat stuff, and I see some of the roasts that they do, but it's
roast?
just there's a couple Republicans. What's that one guy's name? He's from the South. I see him all the time. I can't even think of his name. But there's two guys that I tend to watch, and I believe that they're. I'll see if I can find them, but they're always, the one guy roasted, I think, Mayorka and saying, you made $50 million a year, but you laid off half your staff because all you care about is making money and profit and don't care about it. Whatever. So all these roasts that people are doing. So I see that all the time on Facebook, So
I want to tell you, you mentioned my aunt in the previous show. And we have the same discussion over and over. I always end the discussion the same way, where I'm saying, I'm sorry, I don't have the privilege to be a liberal Democrat. And she always gets upset, and that's the thing I say. Because it seems to me you have to have the privilege to be a liberal Democrat. It's certain thing.
The other thing you have to do, because when you're arguing with a liberal Democrat, you have to argue slowly. How
can you make assumption or decision based on other people's life? Which seems to me like that. Mean? It seems to me that this is something that many Democrats like to do. They like to say to certain popularity, right. I know your problem, I know how to solve it. It's regardless if this popularity will come to them and ask them for a solution, or if they will come and ask, what is your problem? How can we help you? So you will hear it. So
the average white liberal Democrat,
it's exactly
who lives in a $1 million house in Newtown.
There is one story.
Holds up signs that say Black Lives Matter. Have never been into a black store before. Has no black friends, and they sit there and they do that. It's the most insulting thing ever.
And maybe they will reject a black tenant because of the way they speak.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
Because they speak too loud or whatever.
I mean, your aunt said the most racist thing I ever heard.
What was that?
About Burger King.
Okay.
What was this?
Good.
So we had a discussion in the past that people's I'm trying to do it carefully.
You don't have to be careful. Say it.
Some people's brain is undeveloped because they can't afford real food, so they live on fast food. And we use Burger King as an example. So let's say you can't afford buying a piece of salmon or ground beef, whatever you do to cook good food at home.
So
you have to.
Let me make this clear. What she said was black people have less brain power because they eat Burger King because they can't afford real food.
The problem is
this is the most racist statement I've ever heard.
So this is not bothering me. What's bothering me is you victimizing people without knowing the true story.
Either way, it's racist. Right away you say, "Oh, that's why black people are the way they are." What do you mean that's the way they are? They're just like you and me. They're normal people. Stop it.
So I will defend and I will say if they are normal people, because we don't live on fast food all day long, and we assume it's not healthy to eat fast food all day long. It's not good to you, right?
So what are you trying to say? You're trying to say that she says that black people don't know that fast food's bad for you?
Partly. My
Well,
assumption is exactly that we say that certain people are not smart because they have to live on.
They don't have to do anything. That's racist too. So that's why I'm saying. That's why I find
I go around the bush here.
I know you're trying to be nice. I mean,
I'm not trying to be
your
nice.
Aunt is a friend of mine.
No.
But your aunt is a racist and she doesn't know it.
I'm not going there. I'm not trying to be nice. I'm not trying to be a lawyer for anybody else. I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to explain. I agree with what she say. I don't agree with the way it's been said. You understand?
You agree with what she says?
I agree that if a person will go and
let
leave.
me ask you a question.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to rephrase what we just said.
Okay.
Do you believe black people are dumber than white people?
No.
Then how could anything she said make sense?
I agree that if you will live only on fast food, it's not good for you.
It's not good for you. That's fine.
But
does it make you dumber? Does it make you black?
No, it doesn't.
And is it only
oh my
black
God!
People,
you just said that?
And is it only black people who live on fast food?
If you want to join this
do you understand
conversation,
why that's what you said is so racist?
I do. So I will give you that.
So if she said people who eat fast food are unhealthy, that would be a proper statement.
Okay.
But if she's going to bring it into race,
let me rephrase it.
She's going to say that only black people eat fast food and only black people are dumb because they eat fast food. That's racist.
Regardless to your color, if you will live on fast food, it's not good for you. Are you good with that?
Yes.
Thank you.
But why is she bringing it up with only black people then?
Economy.
No, because she wants to be one of the white women who lives in a $2 million house, because your aunt lives in a $2 million house, and she holds up a sign that says Black Lives Matter and has no black friends.
It's always
why.
It's always all life matter and not Black Lives Matter.
Of course, but that's not what the sign she holds up.
So if you want to join this craziness and give us your opinion, call us at 855-939-1130. What? 1137.
You forgot the number?
I was going to say, you forgot the number. Really?
855-939.
You're hanging around black people who eat Burger King?
That's 855-939-1137. 855-939-1137. Even if you're a Democrat, start the conversation with hello and don't curse us. 855-939-1137. We are waiting for your call.
And yes, we are a financial show.
We are a financial show. That's why we're discussing that, because I did the research, and I want to tell you because I still owe a Burger King.
And by the way, you and I eat a lot of Burger King.
We sometimes, not a lot.
I can't eat anymore because I can't eat the bread.
What?
I can't eat the bread.
We ate McDonald's because of Jay. We ate too much McDonald's.
But we ate the McDonald's, but I got it without bread.
The McDonald's is worse for you than the Burger King. You know, they have the cows that don't fart.
And believe it or not, there's all white people in
What
there.
did you just say?
Don't you remember hearing about that?
The cow that don't fart?
Yeah, McDonald's is like doing stuff for the feed so the cows don't fart as much and cause emissions into the air. You didn't know that?
So you know cow farts create the most carbon monoxide.
Correct.
And basically most of the
I heard this fact.
Most of the carbon monoxide comes from cow farts.
Correct.
Right? Which is the funniest thing. It's like, so we could continue to stop burning coal, and we'll still have cow farts. So now they're feeding cows grass that doesn't give them farts. I mean, that's how dumb liberals have become.
So Kimi reminded us you haven't talked any real estate yet.
I know. We need to talk.
Yeah.
We need to talk. We need to talk about real estate.
Yeah.
What do you want to talk about in real estate?
Oh, what do we want to talk about? I don't know. I'm a bit.
I can tell you what we should talk about. I am still having trouble renting some of my places.
You got to lower the price.
So
you too, right?
The other,
lower the price.
But I have been getting lots of. I'm interested in seeing your place. I'm interested in seeing your place. I posted something last Saturday, and within 24 hours, I had like 12 plus people say, "Hey, I'm interested."
But nobody calls.
But nobody calls.
So Larry, I think that I'm abandoning a rule that we have to let them call. Because maybe it's this new generation.
I'm telling you, new generation that don't want to call. You're absolutely right.
And
but what do you say? You know, then you have this whole conversation on Facebook, and they're like, "I just want the app." Okay, fine.
But that's to me a very big waste of time. That's why what I'm doing is I'm sending the application up front.
Right.
I have the same automated message.
Yeah.
But now in the automated message, I also have the application.
Right.
If they don't want to talk to me, but they want to send an application, I will call them. I will talk to them. I don't care.
Yeah, the call now it's like, you know, when can I see it? And they're like, you know, I have a couple of questions before I go waste my time. I mean, I had one guy call me the other day. Can I go see the place? Great. What do you want to move in? I'm thinking about moving in November. I'm like, well, why do you want to see the place now? Well, I want to see the place. Well, why? It's probably not going to be available in November.
So as I'm moving in a house right now, I want to tell you, it's not a bad thing, especially if somebody is willing to pay for the portion.
But he's not. I asked him.
I asked him. Okay, I got you.
I said, if you want to sign a lease 2 weeks from now and move in November, that's okay with me. I'm not going to do that. Well, then why do you want to see the place? So it's kind of like crazy. I don't know.
There's another problem, and I discussed that with my worker in Norristown on Friday. Because as you know, Norristown is an area that a lot of immigrants live. And he said...
Are they legal?
I don't know if they're legal or illegal.
Because you know, you might be able to make some money turning into illegal aliens.
Illegal aliens?
Illegal.
Why would I be illegal? How can I make money by being illegal?
I'm just there may be a bounty
on my head.
No,
not
never mind.
you. We're not talking about you. Yeah, you're.
I'm talking about other people, not you.
So that's exactly the point that I'm trying to make, and you just distracted me. The point being is, if people right now are not sure that they can stay in this country.
That could be.
Many of them are not willing to rent, and many of them are not willing to pay security deposit. So as everybody know, we always say to all the landlord in the school, you have to have first, last, and security before somebody moves in.
Right.
Correct? People, and I didn't reject it. People basically rejected my house because this is not negotiable. And now I start to think maybe I should negotiate that. People don't have the money to put up front. Right. So if my house is for, let's say, $2,000 a month.
Well, you could do anything you want. You could change your policy.
I know, but the problem is this is scary because, as you know, we make our houses nice.
Right.
We make them nice. We make them pretty. We want to be sure that if something, for God's sake, happen, we can move in there. We don't make them nice enough for the area. We just make them nice. When you make a house nice, it costs a lot of money to make it nice again if somebody didn't take good care of it. And that's the problem. Without proper security, you can be in a very bad situation when somebody moves out and leave you a lot of damage.
Of course, absolutely.
So this is the conflict I'm in right now because yes, we are all getting the same experience right now. That it's harder to rent those places. It's harder to find good tenants right now.
Yeah,
but I don't know if
I still think that it's August and it'll get better. But you're right. We're having a little bit of tougher time renting right now. But that's okay. It'll pass. It always does.
I hope so.
What we have to do is lower the price and it'll rent. So if you lower your price $100, it'll probably rent.
I'm at the absolute lowest I can go for.
Well, it's not the lowest you can go. You can go lower. So even if you're losing money and taking $100 less and losing $100 a month, you're still not paying. You're not getting any rent. So if your rent is if you're asking $1,500 and you lower it to $1,400, at least you're getting $1,400 instead of getting nothing. So never make that mistake. Sometimes you miscalculated a rent. It's okay. I mean, I hate negative cash flow too, but at the same time, getting something is a lot better than getting nothing. I'm also selling a couple of my single family rentals right now because I don't feel like renovating them.
I got you. I got you.
I had the one in Drexel Hill that was a great property, and I'm selling it because I just didn't feel like renting it.
I got you, and we see again and again and again that with the returns you're getting from covered calls, maybe that's the right way to do it.
Well, it's a combination. So this is funny. A lot of people ask me that.
Don't put all the eggs in one basket.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of people ask me, like, if you're doing so well in covered calls and you're making anywhere from 3 to 10% a month, which is 10%. I'm making 10% max, but I make on my own. I make between 7 and 8%, and if I'm sharing it with somebody, I make between 3 and 4%. Right. If I'm making so much money with that, what do I need rentals for? Well, the reality is rentals are more, the property value goes up, things change, and also it's a nice foundation for your financial worth.
Agreed.
Financial wealth. As a matter of fact, there's some people, we were talking about this the other day when it came to ethics. We had people come and they're like, look, I have $1 million to my name, and if you give me $1 million, if I put $1 million in your fund, then I can get about $30,000 a month, which is true.
According to the numbers we see right now.
Right?
Yeah.
And again, you got to look. You have to go through prospectus and blah 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 blah. Past performance, whatever. I'm just trying to say the numbers, right? So you can get $30,000 a month off $1 million, but if you have $1 million to your name and that's all you have, I'm not even going to let you put $1 million in. I will let you put no more than 50%, and I really would prefer if you only put 20 to 30% of your $1 million in, because if something bad happens, something bad could happen in the stock market. We could have another 9/11. We could have a 2008. 2008, is rare.
What's the concern? What's the biggest concern? That the stocks that you choose, something bad will happen?
The stocks that you choose, if they go down a lot, the interesting thing is, I've talked about this before. This fund can pay forever. It theoretically will pay forever. It's just a matter of how much it'll pay. So if you started out with, let's say, like we said, $1 million, and we could generate, if you did it yourself on your own, you could put $1 million in the account. We taught you how to do it, and you generated, let's say, 8%, whatever, a month. You're getting $80,000 a month, right? If the stocks go down a lot in value, maybe your $1 million is now worth $500,000. And now you're not getting 80,000. Maybe you're only getting 40,000.
Yeah.
Right. But just understand that's the big risk. The big risk is that the principal goes down, but it'll draw forever. It'll draw forever. The odds of all the stocks
go bankrupt it's not. I know.
Really, it's like getting struck by lightning 7 times in the same place on different days. Right, Brian?
Absolutely.
You agree?
I agree.
Right. You've seen it. You've done the math. Brian's a math guy. I'm an abstract guy.
I know.
And the stocks we're in, fundamentally, when you look at the fundamentals, which you do teach at Investor Schooling, I go a little bit further into them. That when you, I can't think of an example where a fundamentally sound stock would have gone down that much.
Yeah, probably the riskiest stock that we're using right now is Rivian.
Rivian, yeah.
Right, and we know, and we're watching. We read the news. Right now Rivian's okay. It's steady. It's steady as she goes. Right. My personal belief, I believe Rivian's going to be a great company one day, but it doesn't matter because that's not what I'm basing these plays on. What I'm basing these plays on is what kind of premium did I get for Rivian when I sell the calls, and how far down can Rivian go right away.
Are they in positive PE right now?
What?
Rivian reached the positive PE or not yet?
One more time?
Did Rivian...
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't remember. Is Rivian making money yet? I don't know. I don't think Rivian's making money yet.
Not yet,
no,
okay.
I don't think they're making money yet.
So I want to talk to you actually about, I was looking at my Charles Schwab account yesterday, and I noticed that of everything that I have the most of Ford. I think I have like 45.
That's the safest one.
Right. Well, that's my point, right? So I think I have...
AT&T's safer, actually.
I have 4,500 shares
right.
of Ford.
Right.
And when I was looking at the covered call and that's what I have the most of, that's what I made the least of.
Yeah, that's right, because the premium, the reason is it's not a volatile stock. So Rivian is a very volatile stock. It'll move 4 points in a month. So because of that, the premium is higher. That's why we use Rivian to make more money, but we supplement it with stocks like AT&T and Ford. And look, if we picked all stocks in the class of Rivian with the risk of Rivian, forget about $1 million making 80, $1 million will make 120, 130. But the chances of that $1 million being cut in half goes up dramatically. So that's why we pick stocks and we say, okay, this is our highest risk with Rivian, and I think on a scale of 1 to 10, it's a 6 risk, right? Where you have other companies like the company that when we had the Cover Call Challenge, we had that company that Mike Tier, that Mike, one of our students, went into, and he picked a stock that was it was basically a medical stock.
It's a pharmaceutical.
And it had one product. And the results of the product were coming out next month. And, the results of the product would have been good. He would have crushed it. But it would have been false because it would have been just luck. And we don't play stocks that way.
I know, but if the idea is to draw on this as an income, then you have Ford, which doesn't move at all. And then you have, Intel, which seems to move a little bit better. And then you have Rivian that's moving a lot.
Right.
I mean, how do you... Like I said, I still have Ford, but I'm just wondering if I need to maybe not replace it, but not.
You just
buy
need to
as much.
rebalance.
I need
to
to
rebalance, right?
Yeah, and then next Monday, or next Tuesday actually, next Monday, next Tuesday actually, we're going to be buying the stocks. So Brian and I are going to be locked in a room for about an hour, buying all the stocks and all the accounts, and then you sit in with us. And by the way, if anybody else wants to sit in with us, I will invite you to sit in. But you can't ask questions though. You can see because we're thinking and we're concentrating. We're buying the stocks. You want to watch what we do? It's fine, but I can't explain it what we're doing while we're doing it because it's going to get a little complicated. But anyway, if you want to get into the fund, I told you 26786. Send a text message to 26786. Send the word Sultan, and you can get into the fund. If you want to learn how to do it yourself, and listen to me. I'm telling you, I will teach you exactly what Brian and I are doing in the fund, exactly how to do it by yourself. If you want to do it by yourself, just come to Investor Schooling on Thursday, and we'll teach you that. We'll teach you real estate. We'll teach you so many other things as well, and you can learn how to do it by yourself, and that's fine too. Or I could do it with you while you learn.
Are you changing stocks in the fund every month?
1 or 2. That's about it.
Okay.
I'm hesitant in Google right now. Google's a good one, but I'm hesitant because it's not Google, it's Alphabet is really the name of the stock, the name of the company, and there's a rumor that they might be selling Google. The main...
The offer they got for Chrome, you mean?
Yeah, for Google Chrome.
Only
right.
Chrome.
For Google, right, yeah.
Yeah.
Search engine. So
it's the browser.
It's the browser, not the search engine? Not the search engine? Are you sure?
No, the Chrome is only... You can go to Google with Internet Explorer, right? Or any other...
Maybe.
I think they only want to sell the browser because it's so good and it's been used.
It's funny. It's so funny. When you buy a new computer, it comes with Microsoft Edge.
And
you know what Microsoft Edge is used for?
Nothing.
To download Google Chrome.
That's it.
That's all it's used for.
That's what they need it for. I know.
You open up Microsoft Edge. You go Google Chrome, and you do so. You download Google Chrome, then you delete Microsoft Edge.
And what do you get?
Funniest thing ever.
And what do you get? You get immediately so many. Sorry.
It's not going to be funny now. Go ahead.
Well, I struggle with Chrome because I can't it doesn't work on my Mac.
So
Chrome?
Do you know what the best?
Chrome works on one of my Macs and not the other one. It doesn't work on my laptop at all.
You know what the best PC is, right? The best PC is an Apple computer running Windows.
Yeah, I know exactly. But that is true. That really is true.
Brian and I are both Mac people, so I completely agree.
That's true.
Yes.
All right. Anyway, let's take a commercial break, and we'll come back in a couple minutes. Hey, this is Larry Steinhouse with him.
You're clear.
Radio show right here on WPHT every Saturday at 1 o'clock. It's called The Larry Steinhouse Show. And you want to listen to this show because it's a live show and you can call in. In fact, here's the call-in number.
855-939-1137.
And when you call in, you can ask us questions about real estate, the stock market, even politics. Make sure you tune in Saturday, 1 o'clock. This is Larry Steinhouse with Investor Schooling.
Things I looked at in the cover.
This is Larry Steinhouse with Investor Schooling. Did you know that there are so many different ways to prepare for retirement, and annuities are not the answer? Come learn this Thursday by taking a free class on Investor Schooling. Come to Investor Schooling, and you will learn so many different ways that you can make more money in retirement than you actually expected to. Go to investorschooling.com and sign up for a complimentary class this Thursday. That's investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com. We'll see you there. This is Larry Steinhouse with Investor Schooling. Did Did you know that you can buy real estate with absolutely no money out of your pocket? That's right. If you've listened to our show or if you've read my book, Money Hacks, I talk about how to buy real estate with absolutely no money out of your pocket. You should come this Thursday night to a complimentary class at Investor Schooling and learn more. Learn how to buy properties with no money. Learn how to make money at closings and learn how to make a monthly income. Go to investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com. Take your complimentary class this Thursday.
855-939-1137.
Hey, this is Larry Steinhouse with Investor.
Correct.
Little subliminal phone number for you.
That was great. I like that. Finally go to investorschooling.com. I can't believe you haven't signed up for a class yet. You're going to learn real estate investing. You're going to learn stock options trading.
All right, so we got one more 30 after this, and then we'll come back unless you want more.
That's fine. Oh my goodness. This Thursday, investorschooling.com and take that free class. See you there. This is Larry Steinhouse with Investor Schooling. Did you know that you can leverage the stock market with a little bit of money to make a lot of money? That's right. We have something that we teach called stock options, and you can make a...
All right, we're back in 15.
Using stock options. Yep, you got to learn how to do it. So go to investorschooling.com and you will learn how to do it. Take a complimentary class this Thursday, and I'm going to teach you that and more. Investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com. We'll see you there.
Here we go.
This program is paid for by Investor Schooling.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to the Larry Steinhouse Show. I'm here with the amazing Dr. Deb, the incredible Omri, and the introvert Brian.
Introvert.
So many labels.
I know. It's just,
He looks very serious in my...
He's always like
does look
that.
very serious.
He's always like that. Brian's always serious.
He scared me the first couple of times he came in.
I mean, the guy used to be a pilot. You don't want...
I was wondering if he used to work for the post office.
Ooh.
I didn't get that.
That's why it's funny.
It's funny. Like, there's so many little references that Omri doesn't get.
That's funny.
What's the thing with the post office?
Oh, boy. Are we going to go there?
Yes.
All right, explain it to him.
So people who work in the post office, like, they're quiet and they're introverts. The next thing you know, they're shooting up the place and killing everybody.
Okay.
I swear to God, like a lot of before the mass shootings were a trend.
But then
before it used to be post office workers.
It's called going postal.
Going postal.
Yeah.
You ever hear that?
I knew a guy in the Navy whose call sign was postal.
I will stamp you.
that's
He had a
scary.
bit of a temper.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's they're quiet and you don't even know them, and next thing you know they're shooting everybody up and killing everybody. You go postal.
Yeah,
Welcome to the Larry Steinhouse Show.
Yeah, the show that goes anywhere.
Anywhere,
At some point,
exactly.
you still need to explain the whole Peacock reference to him.
Call us, please call us. We really want to hear you. 855.
Well, it wasn't even me.
855-939-1137. 855-939-1137. 855-939-1137. All the effects are live at 855-939... My God.
And when the phone rings, what happens next?
That's a Nokia, right? You remember the Nokia phones?
Yeah, the Nokia phone, the indestructible phone.
Exactly.
It's amazing.
Yeah, you used to see a contractor hammer a nail with it, and it was
the
best thing in the
indestructible
world.
phone. Yeah, right. And then they blew it when they blinked, right? Remember, they literally blinked. They watched the iPhone come out.
And
it'll never
Android came.
It'll never
yeah.
happen. And they kept making their own phones, and nobody bought them anymore.
They
what
developed.
was the one that had the chirp? Remember the one that had the chirp, and you could it was almost like a walkie-talkie?
Oh, that was the Nextel phone.
Nextel.
They have a new version of that now.
Do
Another
they?
company has a new version of that now.
Okay, I
It's
remember
not Motorola anymore?
What?
It used to be Motorola.
I don't know.
No?
Yeah, it was Motorola made the phone, but Nextel was the company that. Right, exactly.
Oh, it was the best
So
thing.
I got those. So I had a company. I had a computer consulting company many years ago, and I got those for everybody. And one night I was like, I'm bored, and I started chirping everybody, and it was funny because all my employees got really mad at me.
Why?
Because one was on a date and she was very upset that I was chirping her.
That was so funny. I'm actually.
She didn't like to be chirped while she was on a date. I can understand that.
I would like to be chirped on a date.
Well, she didn't want to be chirped by her boss.
Okay.
I don't even know how to respond to that.
We're back at the zoo.
Here we are.
It is back at the zoo.
I remember when text came out. I remember being super excited when text was a big thing. We're like, oh my God, this is perfect. You don't have to talk to people you don't want to.
Don't you want to
I think there was like a Seinfeld episode about that. It's just like, I really don't want to talk to you. I just wanted to say one or two things to you and move on. You know? And that's why text was like so perfect when it came out.
All right.
Anyway,
I like that.
Moving on.
Can we move on?
All right, so here I do have a question, and I don't always think I understand it. So I understand when you're
Can we move on?
Yeah.
Can we move?
Stop it.
Move on.
I don't like it when it's to me. I don't think I'm feeling that. Anyway, so with the covered call, though, so I get it when it goes down, then you're losing money in your account. But I get confused about when the stock goes up. It shoots up. So what does that mean when it shoots up?
When it what?
Like
when
so,
it ticks up?
Yeah, when it goes up.
The expression I'm saying ticking up, it's just an expression I'm using. It doesn't mean moving up. So the whole market's moving up right now, right? You see it moving up.
Yeah.
Now,
but what does that mean to your covered call? Like, so if
it
you
means
have
nothing to me.
That you will probably lose the stock.
Yeah, but that's okay with me. I
Of
don't
course,
care.
you make more money.
Right, but you make more money now.
But then you buy less
later,
stocks.
You got to buy the stock higher, and then the stock has more likelihood of going down.
And you buy less.
Next month, your stock will you'll probably keep your stock, which is fine.
Yeah.
But you'll probably notice that your account value went down. So remember the 50,000. So the 50,000 I started with on January 1st. If you remember, the lowest it got to
47 or something.
3 months later was 47,000.
Yeah.
That's because the stocks were going down, right? But now it's staying above 50. I mean, even last month, the highest it got to was 55,000. But even last month, it was 50,304. So it went back down again.
But that's the value of the account.
The value of the account, not the amount you're taking out.
Which mean, if we want to diagnose that, somebody bought the stock from you because they had the option to buy it lower than the current price, and now you reach the Monday of the first month, the first Monday of the month, and you had to buy this stock again in a higher price. But now you have to buy less stocks. Because you're using the same amount of money.
It's not that much less because it didn't go up that much.
So I guess I think that's where I got myself confused. Because you were talking to a student the other day, and I'm like, oh, it went up. And I'm like, oh, that's good because that means they were taking the stock. And you're like, no, it's not. And I'm like, I thought when they take away the stock, that's a good thing because you're making money.
We were talking about Intel. So Intel, this situation is now being applied to stocks that wouldn't traditionally fit in the covered calls category, meaning they're moving too much. Intel in particular, it's moving outside of its normal band.
Okay.
And so because of that, whatever calls that, for me, I would do weekly, whatever calls I sold on Monday or whatever calls you sold at the beginning of the month are going to get assigned when that contract expires.
Okay.
And if Intel has had this fantastic weird news and it's gone up $3 or $4, now it's $3 or $4 outside of where we normally like to trade it,
okay,
then it's going to get assigned. And so now your choice on the first Monday of the month is, do I buy it back at what we think is this artificially high price?
Okay.
And
or
then,
ignore it.
Or ignore it, right? Or
Or
pick
go to
something
another
else.
stock temporarily and look at it next month.
If you do buy it back and you sell an option on it, it'll be great. But there's a chance that it might start coming back down, which is fine too.
Okay.
And that's what Larry was saying. As it starts to come back down, it won't get assigned. You'll keep selling calls, but your strike prices that you're selling them on are going to be lower than what you paid for the stock, which again is fine. But it's just an unusual. It's at an unusual point right now because of all the news.
Yeah. Okay. So this week is going to be very telling. This coming week is going to be very telling. I believe that most of these stocks that all took off last week are going to come down a little bit, or a lot of it, it doesn't matter, but a little bit definitely. And if Intel will go back into the 22s, it'll be a great play on Tuesday when we come back.
Mm-hmm.
Because we've got Labor Day, Monday, Labor Day, and then Tuesday we come back. If it's a 24 or 25, it's kind of risky. And then we say it's not risky at all. It's just a matter of whether we should play it or not. Maybe we'll move to another stock.
Okay.
We won't know until that day. The one thing about the way we do this is we have 1 day to buy stocks, and it's the first Monday of the month. That's the only day we buy stocks. So we have to figure out what that Monday is bringing to us.
Okay.
Now my favorite is on Friday. Like, it would be great if on Friday the stock market ends high, and on Monday immediately the stock market drops. So a great day for us, September 2nd, would be the stock market drops 500 points unopened. That would make us very happy. But it doesn't really matter. In the long run, it doesn't really matter because whenever we buy the stock, we sell the call, and most likely we make money. Always make money on the call, and we probably will make money on the stock too because eventually it'll be able to come back up. And even if the stock gets taken away, if we buy it back the next week, the next month, if we buy it back, our cost basis is still based on the original play because of the wash rule and whatever. That's the technical stuff, but it doesn't really matter. That's why it does. If Intel's at 25 or 26, we still might use it. I just feel more comfortable if it's at 23, 24. That's all. Does that make sense?
What do you think is Intel's problem?
The problem?
Yeah. You think they stayed behind?
Struggling so much?
Yeah. You think they stayed behind because of the AI thing?
Maybe
they got a little bit behind on specific stuff. Yeah, they still have their whatever x86 chip and. They're trying to get this foundry business up, and it's just a stale thing for them right now, which is why they can't break out.
And yet, in almost all our computers, this is the chip that is inside.
That's right, and that's the interesting thing, right? So what's going on right now with Microsoft? Microsoft is telling you that they're no longer going to back Windows 10, right? So you have to have a computer with Windows 11, and most of the computers out there won't run Windows 11, which I think is ridiculous. They won't run Windows 11. So because of that, you have to buy a new computer in order to get Windows 11, which to me makes me think that Intel stock should be popping. And it's not. The only two people really making the chips are Intel and AMD. Right? AMD is making money, but they're also not popping the way I expect them to. So something's going on, and maybe there's other things that we're not seeing. But I definitely think that Intel's a good company. I don't think they're going to go out of business. Same thing with AMD. They're not going to go out of business.
No, it's great that we have new companies companies that are focused in videographs and AI and all that. We still need a chip that will run our operating system, right? So we can do all the rest of the stuff.
Right. So, whatever. I don't know.
PC problems.
Yeah. No, but there are real problems.
No, I know. I'm just saying they're PC problems.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then you got Apple, which is crushing it. Actually, Apple backed down a little bit. Apple moved down a little bit.
It was going down, then it went back up on Friday because everything went up Friday. Yeah, it looked like for about 2 days last week that the market was starting to correct itself like it should have. And I know we had this conversation where a lot of the stocks that we're following that typically fluctuate between X price and X price, all of them have kind of risen up to that high point where we would normally be at sells if we were doing calls, right?
It'd be a great time to sell the calls, yeah.
Yeah, right.
But it doesn't matter.
But, and then they started to go above that, so we're like, okay, where's the market going, right? And then it started to correct itself, so the tech came down last week, and then other things came down, and then on Friday, I don't know.
But it doesn't matter.
Everybody went into euphoria mode. So
the interesting thing about the way we're doing this, the way the fund's running is, the day to day doesn't matter to me anymore. I know. Because the only thing that matters is the day I buy the stock and the day they expire. There are only 2 days that matter. I could literally turn my computer off and never look at the stock market for 29 of 31 days in a month. And because it doesn't matter, the other 29 days mean nothing.
You won't change anything in the middle.
I can't.
You can't change anything.
I can't change anything. That's the wild part. So sometimes I just look for fun. Just to see it, like yesterday, my account went up $48,000 yesterday, but some of that is not real. Actually, all of that is real.
It's real.
It's actually all
it's
real.
But we're not going to take it.
Right, but I can't sell the stock to keep it. Right, but it's just a strange way to do it.
It's not realized.
Right,
because you haven't sold the stock.
That's the better way to pay. It's not real.
But it will be sold.
Exactly. All right. So Kimmy, real quick, she asked, "Can I explain what I mean that the stock gets taken away?"
Assigned.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to. The sentence isn't. Can I buy it back? But what reason causes it to get taken away? Okay. I think the question is she wants to know how the stock gets taken away. So it's very simple. Let's say you buy a stock that's currently selling for $10, right? And you sell the $11 call. So somebody is betting that this stock's going to go up over 11, and they're going to give you 50 cents, let's say, for the $11 strike price call. And the strike price means that if it goes over 11, they could buy it from you for 11, even if it's 15 or 20 or 100, doesn't matter.
But I always do it outside the price, right?
Could you let me finish what I'm talking about instead of you bringing in a different topic?
Sure.
Okay, so if I sold the $11 strike price, I bought the stock for $10. I sold the $11 strike price. Now the stock is $12, and at the end of the month the stock is $12. They can now buy that stock from me at $11. Because I told them that they could have it. That's why I sold them the contract that says they can have 11. So they take the stock. So what I mean by taken away or assigned, that's what it means. It means that they took the stock because they can and they will. They will. Why wouldn't they do it, right?
You were obligated to sell them the stock.
Right. I'm obligated to sell them the stock at $11, even though the stock is at $12 now, and that's what we're doing. We're selling the time. So it's and once you understand, if you come to Investor Schooling, we can explain this all to you. But all we're selling is time, and it's great because we sell the time. It's pure profit.
We're time merchants.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're time lords.
That too.
We're time. I don't know.
So it's all time value, right? Because we're selling out of the money. It's all time value.
And it's all pure profit. I mean, if you give me $1 that I can't, that I don't even know how to explain it, but
you're charging rent basically.
Yeah.
You are holding a stock. So that's what's amazing about covered calls is if you're in a sideways market and your stock isn't moving, then if you bought it to hold it, then it may take you years for that stock to make you 10%. Well, during that whole time while you're holding it, you could be selling calls on it.
Right.
Meaning you're selling somebody else the option to buy your stock at a price that it's probably never going to get to because it's a sideways stock to begin with. So you're basically getting paid rent to that's not one-for-one description of it, but basically you're collecting premiums on a stock that's not moving.
Mm-hmm. You know what? I am so excited for the future. You know why?
Why is that?
Because I can now not give classes sometimes. Because Brian, the explanation you just gave is exactly the way I would explain it. So it's awesome to know that I don't have to give class every Thursday now.
I need to check myself then. I don't want to give you any ideas. No, it's fun. It's fun because it works so well.
It does, and it's amazing. It's amazing.
And it's so easy.
Go to investorschooling.com, sign up for a class, and learn this stuff. I'm telling you, it's like no one teaches this. And one thing, I mean, no one teaches anything we teach, but no one teaches this, and it's amazing to see how many people make money. I mean, my favorite is Dave, the truck driver. And anytime you come in, to talk about Dave, the truck driver, who comes in, and he didn't even know what the stock market was. Forget stock options, and he's made some big money. He'll tell you what it is. I don't want to say it on the radio because it's none of your business. But you need to ask him how much he made. He'll tell you how much he made. And it's a nice number. He did very, very well in the stock market because he now knows how to do it.
And it's fun listening to his stories because he says, I was unloading a truck in town X over here, and I just got done unloading this big pallet, and I pulled out my phone, and I did a stock trade, and then I put the phone back in my pocket and went home.
Yeah, exactly. It's beautiful. He made more money in doing that than he makes a half a year. All right, anyway, thank you, everybody, for listening. We appreciate you. If you want to find out more about the stock option fund, you can go you can send a text message to 26786. Send the word Sultan. That's 26786. Send the word Sultan. If you want to go to Investor Schooling and learn how to do it yourself, go to investorschooling.com. And I promise you're going to learn how to do it. I want to thank everybody for listening. Thanks, Dr. Deb. Thanks, Omri. Thanks, Brian. And, of course, thank you, Maurice, for taking pictures. We'll see you guys on Thursday.
This program is paid for by Investor Schooling.
You are cleared.
Excellent. Thank you, my friend.
Do you want to do hour one or hour two?
I don't know. What do you guys think? Hour one or two?
I think hour one was funny.
Yeah, one was too good.
One was funnier?
One was funny, yeah.
One was funnier.
Okay. Thanks, everybody. I'll try to come tomorrow if I can.
Oh, please do. We'd love to see you.
Yeah, it's